Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure to hit the subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. We are going to dive into your May of 2021. What do you need to know? What messages the angels have for you? And how can you best navigate this month? I'm going to be doing my reading a little bit different. I'm just following my flow. I'm trying to find, I'm being guided, I'm being shaped into exactly the kinds of readings that I should be doing here. So some of you may remember that I shifted away from the cards and shifted into just straight channeling the messages. And now I'm feeling called to kind of mix it up a little bit. But it's interesting because it really forced me to break out of the box that I was in and the way that I was doing it. And I'm finding that these readings are coming through differently. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to be working with the cards as well because I just really love them. I just really connect with them. And I think that it's really fun. And I know a lot of you like the cards as part of your reading as well. So you're going to see a mix here with that. We're going to start. There was a card that I pulled that I felt was so central for this month for you, okay? I pulled the Inner Power card, but I want to read it to you. It says, give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. And I feel as though this is so important for you this month. I feel as though once you're in tune with your intuition and you're honoring your intuition and you're really challenging yourself and asking yourself, what is it that I really want? There are some changes that are needing to be made in certain circumstances in your life or the way that you've been approaching things. And so the first message that I want you to really hear here is that it's so important for you to honor those messages, to honor your intuition, for you to be listening to that. That is going to show you exactly the way. And the other piece of this is like allowing that ego to step out of the way, because I do feel like it's going to be a bit of an ego challenging month for you. It's going to be a bit of you taking a look and recognizing that some of the things that you have been telling yourself or some of the things that you've been doing are bullshit or are not really in alignment with the path that you want for yourself. And so I think that you're going to find yourself challenging yourself and taking a look at some things and really feeling like you've got to make some changes. There's got to be some shifts. And this isn't necessarily a negative thing. I just feel like this is a huge part of your growth. I feel like this is a huge part of the development here. And this is just where you're at. And I've been talking in my energy videos about the way that we've been peeling away the layers of ourselves, the layers of the energy around us, and the layers of our awakening. And we're stepping into new layers. And every time we step into a new layer, it's like we're looking at the world through different eyes. And we are recognizing that certain things belong in our life and that certain things don't anymore. Certain things that maybe felt really aligned even just a month ago, even just a couple months ago, no longer fit, or it's just time to move on. So I think that you're going to really be taking stock in a lot of things and taking a look at a lot of things. And I do think that this is a fantastic prayer affirmation for you to use to call in the strength and the courage to make the kind of changes that your intuition is telling you need to make. It says, give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. And this is really, really important. I want you to take that time and that space to truly be honoring and listening to your intuition. You're Pisces, you're very intuitive. You're very connected to the natural flow of things, but making sure that you are listening to that, because I do feel like there's an energy of distractions and maybe putting time and energy into things that just don't really matter, or spending too much time thinking about certain things or worrying about certain things that just like, there's a part of you that knows that this isn't serving you. There's a part of you that knows that the way that you've been approaching things isn't serving you. And I feel like this month is really handing that to you, saying, listen, you've got to take a look at this. This is a shift that would be very, very helpful to you. And I think the sooner that you recognize these shifts and you honor that intuition, the more comfortable this month is going to be for you. There's very much an energy, a feeling of being stuck. Like, even as I look at the cards, I'm going to I'll show you guys these ones. So we have all these reverse cards, right? Like, it just feels like things are stuck. We're feeling, especially in terms of like the things that you really want arriving into your experience, your manifestations arriving into your experience, you may feel like there's kind of a block going on for you a little bit, okay? And we're going to talk about this block because there are things that you can do to address this block. So wherever you're feeling blocked, okay? But we have the Empress card reversed, and the Empress is very much in a state of allowing, and things just come to her, and she has the things that she wants and needs, and she's very connected with what she wants and needs. And I think this is part of it, is there's an energy of stepping away a little bit from what it is that you actually and really want. We also have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, there's an energy of lack. There's an energy of feeling like you don't have what you need, or you don't have what you want, or that the opportunities, the manifestations, the money, it's feeling like in some area you're feeling lack, like something isn't coming in for you. And maybe there's even frustration with this. Like, we even have the World card reversed, right? Again, it's like you're wanting all to be well in your world. You're wanting for these manifestations. You're wanting to step into your joy and really enjoy what you have going on. But there's just some things that are keeping you stuck. And we have the Knight of Pentacles too, right? These are all just like lack and feeling like it's not coming in. So we'll talk about that, but I think most importantly, you need to be asking yourself questions. I remember saying this to you guys last month, that it was going to be quite a month of questions. And I think the questions continue. I think that you are really, if you're allowing it, having a lot of conversations with yourself. I want you to take space and time in your own energy, because you need to be asking these questions. And some of these questions are hard questions, right? When we are taking a look at our life and we're saying, maybe this doesn't align for us, that's a hard truth to face, right? That's, or you're looking at, I really want to make this change, but it can be really scary. It can feel we can feel very much in our fear, and it can be very overwhelming, even if you feel excited about a change that's coming in, because that change is hard, so there may be aspects of that, but this is a month, this is a time for you to get really real with yourself. And I think the universe is going to be helping a lot with that. Your guides and your angels are going to be helping a lot with that by putting things on your path that help to bring you clarity, that help to just move this forward a bit and give you what you need. And ultimately, we have this Judgment card and this Two of Wands card, okay? Like, it's your ship's not going to come in until you change your perspective, until you can look at things from a different perspective. Like, you can see we've got him here with this little world, right? And just taking a step back and looking at it from a different perspective, looking at it from further away, or shifting the way that he's seeing it so that his ship can come in. And so we really want to allow for that to happen. And we have the Judgment card reversed, right? There is a judgment call that needs to be made. There is a decision that needs to be made. But we have this angel here, right? You're being so guided by your guides and your angels. You're being shown. And this Judgment card reversed also, especially with all this other energy, can be like, wow, like that wasn't the best judgment call. That wasn't the best decision that I made for myself. So you may find yourself this month feeling a little regret, feeling like you made the wrong call. And I don't feel like any decisions are wrong decisions, right? I just, what we want to do with that is, rather than feel bad or guilty, we want to choose what we need to choose, change what we need to change, learn from what we learned through that experience, and move forward. Okay, so I see you doing that with the Judgment card reverse. I see you finally coming to a point where you know what choice to make. You know what to do. You know what needs to happen here. there's also an energy of having stepped away from your purpose and power a bit. Okay, so we have this Own Your Divine Power card. I'm going to just read it to you. It says, replace codependent people pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. And I think that's part of the journey. This is a journey toward empowerment. This is a journey toward you recognizing what it is that you want for you and what it is that other people want for you. So this may be part of this exploration of like, what choices have I made recently? What things have I allowed in my life that really are guided or motivated by what other people want for me or what other people have envisioned my life to be? And where do I need to make some shifts with that so that I am living my more purposeful life, right? We have this purpose card, and this is about understanding, number one, that this entire process that you're going through is for a purpose, but this is about you finding your purpose. This is about you coming back to living a more purposeful life, and I see it for you with this being upright, okay? And so I see you really exploring the questions and the process that you need to step back into a more purposeful life. We also have this Knight of Swords here with this section of cards, okay? And the Knight of Swords is like really about, and I'm sorry, I feel like I'm calling you guys out a little bit this month, but first of all, it's not me. Don't shoot the messenger. But second of all, I just think like this is the reason that this is happening is because you're getting into a place of like calling yourself out. Sometimes we just have to do that, right? We have to keep ourselves in check. We have to ask ourselves questions. We really have to challenge ourselves and the way that we've been seeing things, especially if we're wandering off path, because this is exactly what will help us to get back on path. So you've done nothing wrong. This isn't, but this is just about redirecting, right? There is a redirection that's needed. And part of this redirection is cutting out whatever it is that doesn't work, right? And there's like a hesitation with this Knight of Swords. There's a hesitation to do that. There's a hesitation to release something or to even be aware of something that needs to be cut out. So ask yourself what needs to be cleared. What do I need to release? And give me the courage and power to do what must be done, right? I feel like that card is very closely tied to that. Now, for some of you, this is connected with relationships, although I feel like we're talking about a whole bunch of different things, okay? But for some of you who, while I'm talking about this, you're like, yep, this is my relationship, and this could be a romantic relationship, this can be other relationships in your life, because we go through relationship transformations where, excuse me, where we're looking at relationships in our life and recognizing things need to be cleared, recognizing things need to be different. So let me show you the cards that I have here for this. We have the Eight of Cups, right? And this is all about leaving behind what's behind you. Oftentimes leaving behind a relationship, leaving behind the past sometimes. So where you've been focused in the past, turning away from that unless that feels still in alignment for you, and walking toward the future. This is about the search for something more meaningful. Excuse me, I wish I had water right now. This is about the search for something more meaningful, okay? So you are going on a journey in that direction, but here, check this out. This is so funny because you're gonna find it right next to this, right next to this card. And this looked different when I was in the spread that I was doing. He was walking in the direction of this card, okay? So you can see in this card, he's walking in the direction of the cup, right? And then here we have the Ace of Cups, okay? So this is about moving in the direction past, you know, whether it's something from the past or whether it's something new coming in, but moving in the direction of something that's going to be more powerful and positive and meaningful for you. Whatever this is, like, it ain't it, right? It's not the right thing for you. And I think on some level you feel it, and I think that it's going to become even more and more clear through this month. And you're traveling in the direction of something that's going to be really ideal for you. And for those of you that this is talking about relationships, this is about finding your soul mate, you know, or those soul family members that you really connect with, that really provide you with all of the things that you want to manifest within relationships. So you are either, finding that new, or you are seeking that out. Maybe you've already connected with that in some way, or you've seen that in some way in the past, and you are reconnecting with that in a really beautiful way. So I see this being a very beautiful journey. And to further support this idea of the connection with relationships and this not being most in alignment for you. And I think I talked about this actually last month. I think we pulled this last card, the love card reversed. Okay. So for those of you that you're thinking about a romantic relationship, I just feel like this isn't your person, and some of you might know who it is and you might be moving in that direction, but some of you may be just going out on that journey and trusting that as you seek that, it's coming your way, it's coming to you, and it's going to happen. So it's a beautiful energy. You're moving toward that Ace of Cups. Like whatever it is that you're seeking, you're going to find, but you have to have the courage and the strength to go after it, to seek that out, and to create the space in order to allow for that. So you see, he's leaving something behind. He's turning his back to something. So you have to have the courage to be able to do that and to relinquish that. We do that with love, of course, right? But sometimes we have to move forward from things. And the next section of cards that we have here is the Death card, right? Change is coming in. There is a transformation. The Death card for me is always about transformation and metamorphosis. And this is bringing with it such a beautiful energy on the other side of it, okay? But we have to allow it. And I feel like if we're not making those changes, we may find actually that the universe is helping us with those. You can ask for help with that. Maybe you're having a hard time making a change. Maybe you're having a hard time working through your fear and stepping into something. Ask for help. Ask your angels for help. They usually are just sitting around waiting for us to ask for their help, and then they jump in immediately. So ask for help with this transformation, but also allow the transformation. Don't hold on to anything too tightly. Allow it to happen. You're going to be guided. Here we have the Six of Swords, and I always think of this guy in the boat as kind of guardian angel, and he's carrying them away from something difficult. Okay, so there's very much a message of asking for help and allowing yourself to be carried, because this is showing up reversed. So it's saying to me like maybe that's not necessarily the case. There's a little bit of stubbornness. There's a little bit of no, this is what I want. But when you're listening to your intuition and you're allowing yourself to honor that, I think that some of those things will feel differently and look differently. And then we have the Moon card. The Moon card is all about things going on behind the scenes. The Moon card is all about you're being helped behind the scenes, but also what are you not taking a look at? What are you not shining a light on? What is being ignored? It's time for that sun to come up. It's time for things to come to light, and so that you can make important decisions for yourself, so that you can make that judgment call on whatever it is that you're trying to make a judgment call on. But I think that you do, and I think through this transition, on the other side of that, these are the cards that I have. We see growth with the Seven of Pentacles, right? We see things starting to happen again. We see that movement. We see signs and indications that we're starting to manifest things. We might see money coming in. We may, this is a slower trickle. This is like, sometimes we can feel impatient with that, but you're going to see signs of progress and things moving forward. And then we have the level up card. Okay. This is a test. This is about leveling up. This is about you stepping into the next level of your life. And you've got to work through this stuff to allow yourself to get to that next level. And so I think there's a lot of clearing. I think there's a lot of this work and these questions that you're asking yourself. Last card that I have here is the spiritual or religious community. So this is about just like if you've been disconnected from a spiritual community, or maybe you've never been connected, or you've been disconnected from your spirituality, this is the time to step back into it. This is the time, maybe like you've been distracted and you've stepped away from your spiritual practices or whatever. This is your message to step back into that and to surround yourself with people who help you to raise your vibration, who help you to connect with your spirituality, who you can talk about spiritual things with. We want all of the high vibe stuff. These are the kinds of conversations, and these are the kinds of people that you're going to want to be surrounding yourself with. The last message that I have for you, because this came through loud and clear, well, two messages. Number one, again, we want to make sure that we're clearing distractions, clearing away anything that needs to be cleared, but also progress, not perfection. So love yourself, honor your progress, honor that it might take some time, honor that you're never going to feel like you're getting it right, and keep going on your journey, keep listening to your intuition, keep asking those questions and allowing the answers to come. And definitely, definitely, definitely ask your angels to help. Those are your messages for the month of May 2021. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button below. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity by Christy, you can check me out at discoveryourawakening.com. I always love to hear from you guys in comments below, and I will see you soon in another video. Take care, guys.